Hi peeps, happy Halloween, blessed Samhain. Fable and Vincent and I wanted to do a kind of a fun video today. So we wanted to do, in honor of the devilish energy of Halloween and Samhain, something that's a little bit more playful and fun. So this deck list is meant to be a deck list to help you tap into more of the devil aspect of Samhain and Halloween and to enjoy your observance from the perspective of playfulness, mischievousness, and that energy of sometimes being naughty when the veil is thin and the energy is liminal. So this is going to be a deck list to help you connect in with that energy and to enjoy this part of your path and practice on this most hallowed and powerful and beautiful of Sabbats. So first on this list is a deck that I cannot show you on YouTube, but that has been unboxed with my Patreon peeps. So if you are a member of Patreon, go check out the special Halloween unboxing because we just unboxed this deck there. This is the Wild Eden Tarot. It has recently been released at a mass publishing rate. And this deck is perfect for that licentious, innocent yet lusty, delicious nakedness of the witch. It's beautifully in line with Eggers' The Witch folk horror movie as well, if that calls to you at all. And it really helps us tap into our innate innocence, divinity, and purity expressed in the lustiness of our physicality through our experience in the Garden of Eden. So if this calls to you at all, I cannot show you any of the imagery in this deck. Literally any of these images will get the channel flagged. So this is the Wild Eden Tarot by Gloria Pizzilli and Alice Mastriolo, and it's wonderful. I cannot recommend this highly enough. I just can't show you it here. It is over on Patreon, however. Next on the list is the Hayworth Tarot, and one of my dearest sisters in the journey, we had a very powerful experience with this deck together, and I had such a perimenopausal moment, if you know, you know. When I went to put this list together today, I literally had to text her to be like, what is the name of this deck? It totally escapes me. This is the Hayworth Tarot. It's such a great deck for tapping into that kind of viscera and like the dirtiness underneath the surface. I really, really love this deck for that type of energy. This one I can show you. There isn't as much nudity as in Wild Eden. But the colors, the landscape, like all of this helps you to balance that space between deep shadow work, but also being playful and enjoying the human experience, which is part of the wheel of the year. And especially as we release one year to embrace the next in our witch's journey, there is that time for celebration, right? For playfulness, for being a bit mischievous and having fun. Think about like, I don't know, when you were young and running through the woods, right in that precipice of day into dark, in that beautiful in-between time. This deck holds that liminal space so beautifully. And again, it helps us to tap into the shadow, but it's not afraid to have a good laugh while you do that. And so if you're looking for a deck that packs a powerful bang, that's worth its weight in gold, I think the Hayworth Tarot is beautiful. It's also an indie deck and it's very reasonably priced. So if it is still available for purchase, I will put the link to purchase this deck in the description box down below. This is the Hayworth Tarot again. Most of these are in no particular order. Next on the list is the Santa Muera Tarot. I always work with Santa Muera this time of year, particularly from Halloween night. So when Samhain begins through to this year, it will be Sunday morning. I work with Santa Muera almost exclusively in honor of my beloved dead. And this tarot deck that Fabio created is just gorgeous. It also has a grittiness to it. You know, Santa Muera has no problem going into the sinful nature of humans. She has no problem holding space and walking with us in the dark and through the things that we are less proud of in our journey and story. So if you are looking for a deck that holds Santa Muera's energy, that's not afraid to be real in its humanness, but that will also hold your secrets safe in its heart. The Santa Muera Tarot by Fabio Lestrani also created and produced excuse me, published and produced. It's created by Fabio Listrani. Published and produced by Lo Scarabeo. I don't know. I always mispronounce that name. People come at me. You guys know who I'm talking about, though. But this is a wonderful deck to work with for this space. It holds, again, much like Hayworth, you can do a lot of work with this deck, but you can also have fun with this deck. You can be real with this deck. And I think of this deck as like that time in the night around midnight when you're having when you've had a few drinks. We're having a little Prosecco to celebrate Halloween today. And you just all of a sudden reveal a bunch of secrets to a couple strangers, you know? But like that feeling that you know when you know that secret's safe because they're strangers, right? Santa Muerta has no judgment towards our darker times and spaces. And so this is a really beautiful deck. I don't talk about it enough on the channel. I use it very specifically, and it's really powerful in this way. Next on the list is Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot. If you want to have fun, if you want to be playful, if you're watching House of a Thousand Corpses tonight like me, then you're going to want to play with Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot this Halloween. It's so much fun. It's a collector's item, and it's also a really solid, clear, enjoyable tarot deck. And if you love pulp art, and if you especially love the horror movies from like the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, into the 60s in America, and also, and there's some Italian cinema in this time too, is really great, then this deck is going to pay homage to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is also, Todd has up on his Etsy site his decks for purchase. You can also find them on Amazon. They're very reasonably priced. And you guys know I adore the pulp tarot. I also love the horror tarot and the sci-fi tarot, or whatever his working title is for that. I do have intentions to purchase that. Guys, I'm sorry, Fable is playing with his toy and it's shaking the tripod, but he's so wonderful that I don't have the heart to stop recording because he's such a sweetie. So this deck is just so much freaking fun. And if, like me, you love Hammer horror movies, if you love that old kitschy 40s, 50s, 60s horror feel, and you just want to put on some twin temple and do your makeup and get dressed up in your costume, but you still have a tarot practice you want to engage with this Halloween, this is the deck for you. It's just so much fun. It's so much freaking fun. Like I said, though, it's also a solid working deck. Todd does not phone it in when it comes to the divinatory aspect of his deck. So this is one I will personally be working with today as well. Okay, and I need to try to put her in without hurting her. Also, this in the pulp tarot, and I think the sci-fi tarot as well, they look so beautiful on the bookshelf. Look at those colors, guys. Everything. Okay, next on the list is the Night Fairies Oracle. So I want to be clear that this deck list is not about shadow work. This is for Tarot After Dark. This is when we want to be a little adult. We want to be mischievous. We want to have fun. This is not for shadow work. I have a lot of shadow work deck lists on the channel. Just go ahead and check my deck lists playlist if you're looking for any of those. This is more of a fun, playful Halloween vibe deck list, okay? So on this list, we have the Night Fairies Oracle by Paolo Barbieri. I love this deck. Again, a great working deck, also just a boatload of fun. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. If you're looking for some makeup inspo, if you want to connect with the Fae and enjoy the aesthetic of their beauty and their connection to spirit animal guides, this is a wonderful deck to work with. It's also one of those decks that will hold your hand in the dark. So if you're having a bit of a heavier Samhain this year, if you're feeling the weight of solitude, perhaps, this is a wonderful deck to feel like you've got a best friend. You have someone who understands you, someone who loves you, and someone that wants you to feel good and to celebrate, as well as to understand shadow work meanings. So this is one that's going to let you be playful and have fun too. And it literally has the Hallows Calling card, which is one of my favorite cards for Samhain. So if you're looking to connect with a great Fae energy this Halloween or Samhain, the Night Fairies Oracle is a wonderful option. Next on the list is a deck that is a shadow work deck. However, it is so magically potent that I think if you're going to have a really delicious Halloween and Samhain observance, you want to raise some magic around midnight. And I cannot think of a better deck for ritual working with the wisdom of the void than the Cave of Sybil Oracle. Everything about this deck is gritty, it's dirty, it's tapped into the dark face of the sacred feminine, the flowing blood, the power of the crone, bone, dirt, death, powerful and potent magic. This is Tiera May's Cave of Sybil Oracle. Last I heard, and this was a few days ago, there were only a few of these decks left, and she was unsure if she'll ever do another printing. So I purchased 2 copies. That's how much I love this deck. But I think this deck needs to be on any Halloween list. No, it's not going to be, this isn't as playful as the other decks on the list. Here's my shadow work deck for you, okay? But it's such a joy. It's such a potent deck. I can't, this is such a rewarding deck to work with, and it opens you up to feral parts of yourself that you may be uncomfortable with. But when you access them, you start to realize the immense power in connection with the sacred feminine, that is yours, that is innately yours, that's part of your divine right. And it helps you to resurrect that part of yourself fearlessly. So I strongly, strongly encourage you, if you are looking for a deck like that, there is nothing on the market like Cave of Sybil. This is an independently produced deck. It's an investment deck. Like I just said, if there are any left for purchase, I will put the link to her site down below. If there are any left for purchase, I think once they're gone, they're gone. Next on the list is my beloved Goetia Tarot and Oracle deck by Fabio Lestrani. I have the limited edition. Look at, I've moved so many times, guys, and this deck is always displayed, so this poor thing has been just beat up. But anyhow, this is the special edition that was only for Kickstarter members who backed the deck. There is a mass-produced edition of this deck that is equally as lovely in its own right, so please don't feel like if you can't get this one, you can't get a deck as great as what I'm about to show you. If you want to work with demons, if you want to raise the dead, then you want to work with the Goetia Tarot. It's Tarot and Oracle deck. This is a serious magical deck, and I'm in a playful mood, so I'm being playful, but this deck isn't 100% playful. This deck is actually very serious, so I wouldn't raise any demons here. I wouldn't call any energies or entities into your circle if you are intoxicated or having fun tonight. Please remember that mother told you this, okay? I'm having my mom moment. Outside of that, if you want to just tap into some demonic energy, work within the Christian pantheon for demons, tap into a bit of Thelema, and if you just want a gorgeous deck with this beautiful coating, this is the deck for you. It's a beautiful deck. It's a powerful, dark magic left-hand path deck, and it's a great pleasure to work with this. So I couldn't make an After Dark deck list and not put the Goetia Tarot on this list. It is amazing. It's unique. It's very, very, very special. I will say, with all love to everyone, definitely word of caution when working with this in Cave of Sybil. Don't be too tongue-in-cheek, but have fun. Have fun as you connect with your practice, and you can still walk a left-hand path and be playful, right? There's a time for shadow work and there's a time for joy too. I think this deck can hold both spaces, but it is a very magically potent deck, so just approach it with that awareness and enjoy your time with her. She's very, very, very unique. Okay. Next on the list is the Laputan Oracle. I cannot show you a great deal of this deck because, again, I will get in trouble just like Wild Eden. But this is a deck about rediscovering your passion, your potency, your inner truth, and it's about enjoying the lusty nature of who you are. So when I think about the devilry energy of Halloween and Samhain, I can't think of a better oracle deck to work with for that. And the colors and the tones of this deck are just an After Dark deck. Again, there's so few cards I can show you because the nudity is real in this deck, but this is a mass-produced deck, so it's reasonably priced. I have to say, it's so worth it. I love this deck, and I'm prepping after Samhain to personally work with this deck a great deal. It's going to be one of my medicine decks moving from autumn into winter. It's such a great deck. It's so beautiful. And there's so many gorgeous, licentious, naughty images about merging with oneself. represented through two characters and their union that I can't show you here on YouTube right now. But trust me when I say that it's a deck that fits perfectly for tarot and oracle work after dark, for sure. Also, you guys can see Fable has a bunch of his toys that he's going to be working with throughout this video. So if you see those in the background, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to try to rapid fire this next bunch because we're already 15 minutes in and I have so many decks on this list because let's face it, here comes Fable. I am a left-hand path, which I work with a lot of dark decks. I spend a lot of my time in the underworld. So I have a lot of dark themed decks. If you are feeling creative, you want to write by candlelight with some beautiful music this Halloween and Samhain, you want to work with Zia Hunt's Nameless One. It's perfect for that creative expression, tapping into that feral, wild nature energy. And for me, it's just such a potent deck for understanding the masks we wear, connecting in with the elements of bone, of wing, of that feral animalic energy to our practice. It's such a potent, beautiful deck for that type of work. The sigil magic gives you so much to work with from both a magical ritual perspective, but also from a creative perspective. So if you're looking for something like that, I really don't think you can go wrong with the Nameless One Oracle by Zia Hunt. It's a tarot and an oracle deck. It's a big daddy of a deck. She's a beast. She will dominate you. It will be worth it, I promise. Next on the list is Corrado Roy's Murder of Crows Tarot. Baby, if you're feeling Poe this year, if you want to tap into that kind of gothic horror, haunted house, Quoth the Raven vibe, you want to work with the Murder of Crows Tarot. Someday I'm going to get the limited edition of this deck that is out of print. That's now like, I don't know, $500 or something. But someday I will get it. That's black and red. I had a viewer and sister in the journey once show me her special edition, and it is on my list. But I have the mass-produced one, and it's just as beautiful in its own way. It's just as gorgeous. You're not missing out if you don't have the special edition. But this is a beautiful working tarot deck. Very easy to read with. If you want some straight up divination with your old fashioned cocktail tonight, you want to work with the Murder of Crows Tarot. It's absolutely gorgeous for this type of energy, right, Fable? Really, really beautiful. There's nothing like the artwork in this deck. It's also very soothing if you're overstimulated. It's one of my favorite decks when I'm like overstimulated and I need like a sensory deprivation to just like kind of come back down. This is a really great deck for grounding. So this is Corrado Roy's Murder of Crows Tarot. Is it even a deck if we're not going to get whimsical with the Silver Acorn Tarot by Steph Bashema? This is an amazing deck. I'm unsure if it's still available for purchase, but it's worth its weight in gold. This was gifted to me by a wonderful sister and fellow priestess in the journey, and I love this deck. Oh my God, it's so, this is the whimsy, okay? If you want to go cottagecore this Samhain, I mean, it's the witch's new year, so, but if you want to go cottagecore this Samhain, I think this is your deck. There's something so beautiful and vintage Halloween with the imagery in this deck, but it's also, it's a real tarot deck. Like Steph did not phone this one in. It is so beautiful. And it just taps into that innocent childlike nature within us. So if you're looking for something like that, you cannot go wrong with the Silver Acorn Tarot. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's still available for purchase. If it is, though, I will do my best to remember to put the link in the description box down below. I'm going to rapid fire these next four so I don't take too long. This was gifted to me by a wonderful sister in the cards, and I couldn't believe how much I love this deck. This is Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. It's so much fun. If you are feeling trad goth, vampiric, romantic goth this Samhain and Halloween, then you want to work with Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. It's very like Alchemy England. It's got that core. Oh my God, even like look at the card backing. That needs to go on my altar for tonight. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this deck if you want that kind of witchy, vampiric, gothic vibe, but you're definitely leaning the bridge between trad and romantic goth. You want to work with Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. Next on the list, Tarot of Haunted House by Sasha Graham. This is your gothic horror. This is your Hammer horror, straight up RWS knockoff. It is what it is, and it is delicious. If you love Christopher Lee as Dracula, you will love this deck. It's so delicious. That's the backing. It's one of the best backings ever. It's so yummy. It's so much fun. It's so easy to read. It's very beginner friendly. So if you're new to tarot, here you go. You can still connect in with the energy of Samhain and Halloween and have fun, and also work with imagery that's very accessible. It's very accessible and easy to read. This is Tarot of Haunted House. Can you see how many moves this has made it through? Next on the list is the Horror Tarot. This is a mass-produced deck. Listen, this deck, it's by Inside Editions. It's a bit phoned in. I won't lie to you. It is really beautiful, though. And I shouldn't say it's really beautiful. The majors are gorgeous. I love Abigail Larson's illustrations. This deck is a bit phoned in. I have come to terms with this deck, and it is a good working deck. So I did want to put it on the list. It's also very beginner friendly, and in its color and tonality, it's like kitschy Halloween. So it's a great option if you want to work with something that holds that energy, that's great for beginners, that's accessible, that's sweet. I think you'll enjoy the Horror Tarot. It's a great option for Halloween. Okay, next on the list, before I get into the big daddies on our list, which are my top 3, is the Little Monsters Tarot. This is the second edition, or the newest edition, I should say. I love this deck so much. It's so sweet. It's so much fun to work with. It's so loving. It's so precious. And so if you are looking for something like that, you cannot go wrong with any edition of the Little Monsters Tarot, whichever one you have. I have both. I was gifted this edition by a wonderful, beautiful sister in the journey. It's just so precious. Look at that. It's so precious, and it's so beautiful. I just want to really quickly, I'll show you some of the imagery. Again, it's very easy on the eyes. It's very sweet. It's very earnest. It's very precious and loving. And it has this childlike sense of wonder, which makes me think of, and I'm not going to cry about this because this has probably been since like last year trick-or-treating, and the excitement and joy he has when he goes trick-or-treating reminds me of the Little Monsters Tarot. It's just so special. So if you're looking to recapture that feeling or to connect with that in your practice, this is a great one this Halloween. Okay, we're moving into the top 3, but before I get there, guys, I wanted to talk about candles because I always work with fire as a primary element during Samhain. I love candles during Halloween, and if you've made a jack-o'-lantern like Vincent and I have, you're putting a light in that jack-o'-lantern in the dark. And so I wanted to just share my 3 fave candles this year for Halloween and Samhain because I know you guys love to hear what I'm using in my practice. So Of Smoke and Soil made these really, really, oh my God, all of her. Can I just say that her ritual candles are amazing? But she did these thorn wake candles, which are for protection with actual thorns in them. And this is my backup, not copy. I almost said copy like a tarot deck. This is my backup candle set. I have a working set that I'm not going to show publicly. But I really love this for protective magic and clearing magic in my practice in general, but particularly for this Halloween and Samhain. I will be using these. So this is the Thorn Wake Magical Taper Candle Set, and this is from Of Smoke and Soil on Etsy. Her info will be in the description below. She did not send these to me. I purchased them with my own money. Of Smoke and Soil is a real deal witch. I love her. I love her Sabbath boxes. I love her candles. I love her anointing oils. She is the real deal. And I purchase all of my things from her myself. She does not send me things. So if you are looking for something like that, I can attest that her candles are the real deal. They do have very potent magical powers. Next on my list is October Occult because we adore her. She is our fave. And I had commissioned before I moved a candle for Satan, and I have a very special altar for Satan here in my space. And so this candle will be lit as I honor the witch's devil this Samhain. And so this candle is apple, pomegranate, blackberry, mandarin, dragon's blood, and copal resin. I've been waiting to light this for this particular Sabbath. And here is the inside. Oh my God, it smells so good. I cannot wait to light this. I'm recording this on Thursday, so it will be tomorrow night for me, but tonight as you're watching this. But yes, so this is the Satan candle by October Occult. And on her site, she does have an option to purchase specific candles for specific deity. That's how I purchased that deck. So this candle is not available currently, but this is by Witch City Wicks in Salem, and this is the Devil's Night candle. Every year they do specific limited edition candles for Halloween. This was a vampiric theme, and this is my backup. I bought 2 last year. Oh my God, it's like musky and dirty and naughty and sexy. It doesn't smell like sexy man cologne. It smells like musk and midnight secrets and seances. It smells like Lucifer. It smells like Lucifer. So these are the candles I will be burning. Those are the 3 candle houses that are my fave right now. And so I wanted to let you guys know those because I know you guys like to know what I'm using for candles, and I haven't talked about that on the channel a little bit. I'm always chatty over on Patreon, but I haven't really talked about that on the channel too much. So my top 3 for tarot decks after dark, the Mio Ims Tarot. This is an indie deck. It's an investment deck. It's absolutely stunning. Stunning. And it's a beautiful deck for that kind of ghost energy. If you want to tap into your beloved dead, if you want to connect with the energy of the dark and secrets in the dark, this is the deck for you. Like I said, it is an investment deck, but guys, it's absolutely worth it. And I did purchase this deck with my own funds. If you already have this in your collection, pull it out for Halloween. It's so beautiful. I love this so much more than the Halloween Oracle. I mean, I love Stacy, but I found so much more impact working with this deck this Halloween than the Halloween Oracle. No, not knocking you if you love that deck. Hey, it's been on my Halloween list for years, but I did want to be really honest about what I'm using for my tarot decks right now in my practice. And this deck for me just captures that kind of haunted, hungry ghost, haunted castle energy. It captures that for me, for what I feel Halloween and Samhain are for me. It captures it a bit better than the Halloween Oracle. And I will say, this image, this is Santa Muerta to me. Like, this image even more than the Santa Muerta Tarot, as much as I love Fabio. This is how I envision Santa Muerta. So for me, I associate this deck with her. And as I said, I do work with her very intimately this time of year. Okay, my top 2. Can you guys guess? I won't make this too long because you already knew. You knew. I know you knew. But you guys know I'm a loyal ass bitch, right? This is Tarot of Vampires and the Void Tarot. These are my top 2 decks for tarot after dark. This is an indie deck, and I do believe the artist still occasionally does a re-release of certain specific editions. So I will put her Instagram, her link to her Instagram profile in the description box down below, because she usually posts on her stories when she does a re-release. So if you keep your eye open, you can grab this puppy. She is expensive. She is worth it. There's nothing like this deck out there on the market. It's absolutely stunning. If you love vampires, particularly if you loved Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, Max Ernst artwork, and if you loved Eggers' Nosferatu movie, you will love this deck. TOV, I mean, I could say the same thing, except this isn't Max Ernst style. This is very much old school romantic goth vampires, right? This deck is currently out of print. Take a breath. Don't go purchase it for $500 on eBay. It will come back in print. This has happened a couple times over the years, but there's nothing like this deck. There's nothing like this guidebook. Same thing for the Void Tarot. Nothing like this deck. Nothing like this. Well, the guidebook's actually really good, but nothing like this deck. This is a gorgeous deck. And if you are someone with a darker aesthetic like me, or if you just want to be playful for this darker half of the year, enjoy working with this deck. It's so gorgeous. There's nothing like it. It is so... I use both of these decks every day in my daily draws, as you just saw, because I literally pulled them off the altar to make this video. So that's my list, guys. These are my favorite decks this year to work with after dark for the energy of Samhain and Halloween. Blessed Samhain if you observe. Happy Halloween. Vincent and I are going trick-or-treating tonight. Hope you guys are having fun where you are. Vincent is Michael Myers, and I am going as a nun. So we are going to have so much fun trying to get candy. And we'll be watching some old horror movies before the night is out as well. And I have some magical ritual planned, as I'm sure you do too. And you know that I am